Hi and welcome to the day 10 of my 25 Days of Christmas tutorial series. Today I'll be creating a gorgeous shaker card using non-holiday supplies. The dies and stamps I'm using are all from different collections, but join them together and you'll get that holiday mood that we are looking for. So let's get started. To begin with, I have created a 5x7 card base out of baby blue cardstock, plus I'll need a piece of white cardstock that is just slightly smaller so that there is a border all around the card. The die I'm going to use to create a shaker window is from my brand new collection called Moroccan Nights. The die set is called the Moroccan Arch, and I'm going to use the largest arch shape plus the decorative insert. I'm centering them on a white panel just like that, and I'm going to run both dies through the die cutting machine at one go. So this is what we are going to get after die cutting. Actually, I want the large arch shape to be connected with the panel. So before I remove the die cuts from the die, I'm going to use some washi tape and I'm going to adhere that arch to the panel, just like this. Then I'm going to flip over the panel and remove the remaining dies. So you see that the arch is actually one piece with the panel, and now I'm going to take that insert piece and pop out the small die cuts. There is also one arch that is formed by those two dies, but I'm not going to use it for this project. Well, this decorated double door is actually meant for the opening door die that is included in the set, but for this project I'm going to use it as a backdrop for the shaker window. So I flipped over both die cuts and I'm going to connect them with some pieces of washi tape just to keep them together. As always, the tools and supplies that I'm using are listed down below in the description as well as on my blog. Next, I'm going to adhere that backdrop onto my blue card base. So I'm applying some liquid glue at the wrong side of the die cut. Now I'm going to use that panel with the window as a guide to find a perfect position for the backdrop. So I'm centering the panel onto the card base and then I can stick down that backdrop. Now I would also like to decorate the space around the arch, which at the moment is plain white, and I'll be using that stamp set, which is from the entire different collection, and it's called In the Frame Sentiments. The stamp set also includes some decorative corners, and those are what I'm going to use. I'm using the corners with the light blue ink. This one happens to be by Olga, and I'm going to stamp the two larger corners at the top right and top left. Plus I'm going to use the smaller corner die to decorate the remaining space. I'm applying the ink to the part of the stamp only, and I'm just filling in the empty spaces. And now let's turn this panel into a shaker window. So I'm flipping it over and applying some double-sided tape just around the arch. And then I'm going to attach a piece of acetate at the wrong side. The acetate sheets I'm using are by Crafter's Companion. To add more texture and shine to the front of my card, I've die cut the arch one more time out of silver mirror cardstock, and now I'm going to stick it down right over the white arch that is already there. And then, just as usual, I'm going to apply the double layer of foam tape at the wrong side of the card to create the shaker window. And now it's time to add some sequins. The ones I'm using are by Cat Scrappiness, and I'm going to create the combination of the blue confetti plus some silver star confetti. I'm pouring the large amount of sequins right over that backdrop area. Now I'm peeling off the liner from the foam tape, and then I'm going to place that panel over my card base, and this way I'm going to trap all the sequins inside the window. A nice effect about that textured backdrop is that it's actually going to hold up some of the small sequins in the air as I'm shaking them. So this way they are not going all down and some of them are remaining exposed. As you have probably noticed, the arch has that round hole pattern all around it, so I'm going to use it to add even more nice texture to my card. I'm adding a tiny drop of glue inside every hole, and then I'm sticking down a pearl onto it. With a pickup pencil, it doesn't take a lot of time at all, and this is what it looks like when I'm finished attaching the pearls. Now I'm going to add some more elements right onto the acetate, and the first one is that die cut sentiment that reads joyful. I've die cut it out of white cardstock and I've layered 3 die cuts for more dimension. The next 2 little elements are the flying birds, and those ones are from the bird and branch die set. This one is unfortunately currently out of stock, but it's going to be back soon. I'm sticking down the die cuts onto the acetate using Ranger Multi-Medium glue. And at this point you can call the card done. It is actually much easier to create than it might seem. I'll point out one more time that I haven't used any of the holiday dies or stamps to create this project, although it's a Christmas card. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you again tomorrow with the project number 11. See you then. Bye bye.